Hello, this is Carter1989 for the BlazeCast for September 2012, and with me I have Halo Hunter.
What is it, Kato? What's the Persona news this month?
And Naretsu.
If you're listening to this from my school radio, you're listening to this.
Yeah, so it's the three of us again. Kato and Preston. Kato and Preston?
Kato and Preston.
ZZ and Preston will not be joining us, or never will be again, probably.
Yeah, basically ZZ and Preston have kind of decided to drop out of the regular podcast, but we'll still be...
Because you're lame.
Will you stop it?
Oh, I'm just trying to be entertaining. Is that a crime?
Yes.
It would be if you had your way.
No, it would be for you.
Just me. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, we're just going to try and whiz through everything, because I've got a lot of stuff going on my end, so...
He's going to quicken the podcast. He's got more important things to do than entertain you.
And I'm still very, very sick from that thing.
But Naretsu's going to be selling our podcast now, aren't you?
I blame Queensblade for the fact that I'm sick.
Okay. But Naretsu will be selling our podcast, aren't you?
It's not the fact that I don't get enough sunshine, and it's not the fact that I don't eat...
I don't get any sun signs, so how could that be?
It's fucking Queensblade, that's how I got sick.
I think
Anyway...
it's the junk food. Occasionally you just have like a cold every week to get all the junk food out of your system.
Anyway...
I think that's how it works.
Basically, I should really point out, I've been having a few problems with my internet recently. Finally got everything back going smoothly.
Even a new computer, right?
Yeah.
A beast computer.
Yeah, that's basically the whole reason why, well, it's one of the main reasons why Neptunia LP was sort of been on hold for a little bit.
Basically, Kato made his own internet. That's what he was working on.
I was just having problems, so I wasn't able to get a lot of stuff done, but hopefully I've been able to get caught up. Okay, so site updates. Our writer, June Berry, has released her first review of Kamino Puzzle. Otaku Nate has his first 2 videos up on the site.
Yes,
A Boy
does.
and His Yokai and Full Steam to the Stars, both really worth watching, really.
Okay.
Naretsu has his little videos put up. Sonic X episode 1 and Medeka Box episode 1.
It's quite cool. We've got new people coming in as soon as Kato and once again I confused the names. ZZ and Preston were leaving. So.
They're not leaving.
Well, they're essentially leaving the podcast. They won't be like.
Yeah, they're leaving this podcast, but they're going to be on all the season stuff.
I hate.
And they're still contributing to the site, so it's not as if they're leaving. They just decided to drop out of the podcast.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm hoping to get back to reviewing soon. It's just, I don't know, I need to sort out what I'm going to do in terms of that.
Yeah.
At the moment, if all else, you can expect at least 2 commentaries from us per month, hopefully, if I can get Pika online. It's just all depends on who I can get online at this point, because Pika and Anthony have been both really swamped with other shit at the moment. So.
You really need to try and find a new member.
Everyone's busy but me. I hate you all.
I've got a guy in who, once he starts coming online as well, I might start drafting to do stuff. So.
Yeah.
You and your criminal friends.
Well, speaking of which, we nearly did have another new member joining us. But he's actually a friend of ZZ's, well, another friend. Yeah, he actually talked to me, and like we had a little bit of a talk. We basically decided that I may post a few of his videos, but he's not actually going to be joining us. But we have actually affiliated with him, right? Because he's got his own website, so we've affiliated with him. Mike Maverick. He did some really good reviews.
Sounds like a badass superhero name.
Yeah, he does some really good reviews, all in like the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney style. It was actually really enjoyable. But the reason we decided for him not to actually join the site was because he contributes to so many other sites and so many other groups that I didn't really feel like he'd get anything.
He's too good for us.
Basically, yeah. It's it's just that he wouldn't actually benefit from what we could give. So
Oh yeah.
I just basically didn't.
Well.
Yeah,
made
that's
the right
why.
choice.
I'm still gonna post some of his stuff on the site occasionally. So
And he'll probably put links to us on his site, which is Exposure.
yeah,
so
and
it's
he
pretty
said
good
that he
content.
might be doing crossovers with Nate's if possible. So that's gonna be a bit of a
Who's
weird thing.
Nate? It's the other goddamn guy.
I don't know.
Okay, so now
Anyway,
so now moving on to general news.
general news. If it's Persona, I'm gonna have to kill you.
The third game in the BlazeBlue series has been announced. Let me see if I can say this. Chrono Phantasma. Such a strange name.
Ever.
Yeah,
See,
it's
I don't know if you said it right or not.
yeah. Well, it's been confirmed for PS3, but not for 360 apparently.
Mm.
So it may be that the
Fine,
BlazeBlue this. Though I will say this might be, and I highly doubt, but it might just be because the last few games Arc System have been releasing have sold a lot more on the PS3 than they have on the 360.
Mm.
So
And Cardo, later you're going to find out that the title might actually be Total Fangasm. Oh yeah.
that'd be a good title for a game.
That would be a good title. They wouldn't have the balls to do
Sonic the
it.
Hedgehog Total Fangasm.
Okay, now we talked about Namco Bandai working on the next Smash Brothers games.
Did we?
Yes. Idiot.
I forget everything. But no,
And there was a lot of rumours going around about like what Namco Bandai characters could be appearing in Smash Brothers.
Character grey.
And basically they actually said that if anything, Tales of Symphonia characters would actually have the best chance of being in Smash Brothers.
Huh.
So not Pac-Man, not Mr. Digger or whatever.
How the hell could Pac-Man be a playable character?
He could eat them like Kirby.
That's about it.
And headbutt.
Kirby
Yeah.
has fucking other moves, you know.
Kirby has Pac-Man has a lot more moves than you'd think.
Yeah.
Did you
He
ever
could
play
do
Pac-Man
roll-
World?
They drawed him with limbs, didn't they, in cartoons?
Yeah.
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 They could,
I'm just thinking the limbless Pac-Man for
Yeah.
How the hell is that gonna work?
You just use rollout.
Yeah.
Fancy cool rollout.
Yeah. I highly
Just know
doubt
they're
this,
gonna
but
change the size of Bowser.
do any of you remember PlayStation Home?
No.
Oh,
Well, basically, for those who don't know or don't care, PlayStation Home is something that you get with every PS3, and it's basically like a social service where you create a character and you just wander around like a shopping centre and try to socialise with other players.
Oh yeah, I think I saw pieces of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is incredibly dull and boring.
It looks dull and boring. Sounds
Yeah.
dull and boring.
There's nothing in it.
So there's
But-
going to be a mass suicide on the game.
Nope. They
That
They
would
have
be a great
announced
place to
something.
end it, actually.
They've actually announced that it's getting its first free-to-play MMO.
oh, God.
So I just
Uh,
PlayStation Home has actually been
um,
out. It's actually been available on the PS3 for years now,
Yeah.
and
Doesn't he have to pay?
no,
Oh right. I was gonna say.
but it's like, okay, now we're getting this MMO add-on for it.
Right.
It's like, do Sony really care about it?
Well, if they're gonna change some stuff, if they're gonna do some like
Yeah.
battles or like crafting elements to it or something.
Why not, instead of adding more shit to it, just completely revamp it if it's boring?
I know. It's like they may as well just make this MMO Home itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not just, like, revamp the entire program? Like,
Yeah. Well,
that's what
Home
I do.
apparently is still in its beta form.
There seems to be quite enough MMOs already. I mean, there's pretty much all the genres you can imagine, like science fiction, historical, superheroes.
The only thing Home ever did of interest was having a Miku Hatsune concert.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. The hologram.
That's the only time Home has ever been of any importance. So yeah, Sony, you may get a good idea with this MMO, but really drop Home, just focus on the MMO.
Voltroid MMO.
Or revamp it. Like, just revamp. I wouldn't know because I haven't bloody used it, but like I said, just revamp it if it's boring.
Yeah.
Sounds boring. It just sounds like just standing there chatting to people. So
pretty much.
Nothing really to offer. I mean, that's basically a free thing you could do in MMOs anyway.
Yeah.
Every MMO has a social aspect to it, so I can't see what just a social aspect on its own will offer anyone.
Yeah, it's like the only thing you have to pay for in Home is like, oh, you want a new apartment for your character, you have to pay for it. You want new clothing, you have to pay for it. I'm like, fuck you!
It's basically fucking other life, but shitty.
Yeah.
It's basically a social setting where you can brag to other people that, oh yeah, I have a PS3.
Yeah.
No, it's a social setting where you can brag, my character's more dicked out than you. I have less of a life.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, there's money now.
So, Home is just a massive waste of time. It's not bad to jump in like for a special occasion, like during Christmas, because they actually tried doing something there.
And Mass Suicide Day?
That would be definitely of interest.
Yeah. But when they do that though, I mean, they jump off buildings at the end of the night.
For me, Home is just like everything else Sony does. Has massive potential, but Sony don't care.
I keep telling you, they're allergic to fucking money.
So anyway, that's that.
Right. Success.
Now, Sharingan no Shana. This has been sort of catching my interest recently because it was one of the series which Funimation sort of picked up after, I think it was Genian sort of closed its doors.
Okay.
So this basically was all about Funimation. They got the rights to all the other shows, including the first series which Genian released. So they re-released the Genian dub for season 1, but then Funimation announced they're going to do an entirely new voice cast for season 2 onwards.
At that point, why not just... personally, okay, I would just redo the first season because that way the voices, like...
Yeah.
It's going to be really fucking jarring, I reckon, to have to go from a Genion dub to a Funimation dub, so... Personally, no.
Yeah, I mean...
I wonder if there was a dub that changed every single episode. Every single episode was voiced by a different actor.
That would be jarring. That would just be, like, insane. Because all the characters' voices would just whop around everywhere. It would be impossible.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see at least once.
At least once.
It could be like a super fan dub. It's
Yeah.
like every single
the ultimate
episode,
fan dub.
one person... One fan will voice a character.
Yeah.
They just have
that'd
like
be
a raffle box. They have a raffle box
Yeah.
with the character being like a number, and they just pick out a number.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a thing that I've got nothing against like them changing the voice and everything, but it's like, why couldn't they have just redubbed season 1 then?
Yeah, I've got no... I mean, it's not like it would be that hard to source a script or something.
Yeah. They literally could have just reused the same scripts from the Genian dub.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
I mean, if they'd at least been able to bring back at least 1 or 2 of the main character voices from the Genian dub, I might not have minded that much.
Okay.
Yeah, true. I might not have minded either. But
Yeah.
it's like you said, I reckon it's just going to be jarring. Even though I'm probably not going to end up buying it anyway, it is just a bit... does sound like it would be jarring for people who are definitely fans of the series.
Yeah. Right.
Dita.
Now, yes. Digimon is getting a new PSP game.
Ah, yes, I've heard about this.
It's going to be basically recreating the first anime.
Oh, yeah.
Death Battles.
And then we found out who was making it.
kids.
Nope. Yuji Naka, the guy behind
Yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah.
I
This
thought
is
there were
gonna.
multiple people behind Sonic.
I know, but Yuji Naka is generally the most recognised.
Yeah,
guy.
Yuji Naka. He was the programmer on the project, wasn't he?
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah,
he's
the
gonna.
programmer, not the designer of Sonic, not the character writer.
Oh no, I think he had some input on it because he was. I can't remember, but I saw something on a video. He actually did have some say in the design because, of course, he has to code all the shit. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
So he actually had to decide like how big the loops had to be, like in terms of what was physically possible at the time,
Mm.
and all that type of thing. But no, this looks good.
Yeah.
Nobody ever questioned why he was blue.
I just find that such a weird little thing. Just Yuji Naka working on a Digimon game.
It does seem a little bit weird, but
Too bad it'll never be released over here.
that's what I mean. Yeah, I was gonna say, but you know, people can dream.
Yep.
Moving on.
News.
Now, Square Enix.
Oh god damn it! As soon as you say the word Square Enix, I'm just like, no.
Yeah. Square Enix know how. Square Enix know how to annoy fans.
Oh yeah.
Oh fucking shit.
So
Wait.
they basically, during the development of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, they constantly teased that if the game sold well, they may do more regarding the World's End Review,
Right.
which was a very popular DS game. The game sold, and Square Enix went ahead with their plans. They put up a website with a countdown, all in the World End Review style. Then we found out what was at the end.
Boobies?
Nope.
It's such an epic troll moment.
Yep.
I
It
mean,
was an iOS port and a remix soundtrack.
Right.
Oh,
What does that mean?
sad guys.
Basically, they didn't redesign the game really at all.
Oh, it's a port. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a port, not a remake, nothing.
It's not a fucking sequel. So yeah,
But
no one. Ooh.
it was recently revealed that at the end of the port, a sequel is teased.
To which nobody gives a fuck about now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck.
No, everybody gives a fuck about that. It's like, oh wow, we
Just
actually.
gonna screw them over again. Sure.
Yeah, it's basically like, oh, we know a sequel's coming. Right, we don't need to get the port now.
Oh, but they don't care because here's the thing: they fucked up their marketing because now no one trusts them anymore.
Yeah, well,
For all they know,
For me-
all they know, the tease could just be for like some kind of fucking side thing. Like, who knows?
yeah, for me, it's basically going to be if they announce the World Ends Review 2 and it's for the 3DS, I will get excited. Anything else, I don't care.
Hmm.
Do you think they could make a Kingdom Hearts movie? Like, with the help of Disney, obviously.
Oh,
I
yeah.
reckon they could pull that off.
They could, but they won't.
It would be a long ass fucking movie, but they could pull that off.
No,
Yeah.
they would split the first game into like a trilogy.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, it would be a long ass like thing.
I would have thought they just, retold a different story, using, like, the Disney universes and
Then
characters
again-
and whatnot, with
but
different
then-
people
but
entirely.
Again, on the same topic, you also have to think about all the copyright thing, because not all the...
Mm.
there's a lot of licensing issues in terms of the characters now, because of how old they are.
I still hope we at least see Sora in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's sort of what it was leading to. I can't wait until that comes out.
Even if he's just in, like, Traverse Town with all the Final Fantasy characters, like it's just, like, a little nod to him or something.
Yeah. If
I
they
don't know.
just have Sora or any of the Kingdom Hearts characters in Wreck-It Ralph, that'll just be it. That'll be enough for me.
Well,
That'll the
that
closest we
one's
get
pretty
to
simple.
ever getting a proper Kingdom Hearts movie.
Well, that's good.
Well, think about it. It's Kingdom Hearts character in a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Closest we'll ever
Then
get.
let the fans rage about it.
Yep. Right. Speaking of sort of gaming crossover sort of stuff, Neptunia may be getting an anime. Yes. Alongside the release of the third game in the series, Neptunia V, they also apparently revealed that an anime version of the game has been greenlit.
Right.
This is basically all we know, but we were kind of discussing this in the latest parts of the commentary.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to know when we actually recorded this.
Yeah.
Um,
But the thing is with this cut is that there's two ways this can go. It's either going to be relatively decent or it's going to be a fucking itchy.
yeah.
Oh, that's the same with anything.
I'm hoping for the latter. I'm just hoping for a latter. I want it to be somewhere in between.
Yeah, I basically said it would be... I would be okay with it being Heaven's Lost property level.
Yeah. Somewhere
So
around.
if you've
Source
if,
property.
I knew he wasn't going to.
yeah, I knew. Don't worry, Chris. You'll find out eventually. But yeah, that to anybody who knows
That's
that,
intriguing.
or its Japanese title, Sora no Tashimono. That is basically the level that I hope Neptunia goes as far as.
I wish one day, like, some American or English, like, property shipped to Japan would just absolutely take the mick out of those long-ass Japanese names and just call someone like Star Wars XL Super Sega, like, Super Trilogy XL1. Just go absolutely nuts to say, yes, it's that annoying, stop it.
No, we should do that straight to Capcom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Too many words. Right in the middle, too many words.
Alright, moving back to Final Fantasy for a second. They have unveiled the 25th anniversary set.
Oh god.
Was
Now,
it the first
This
game anniversary?
is something incredibly weird. Have you got the links on your guys?
Oh,
Opening now.
stop it.
So basically, what this set contains,
Hello.
what this set contains, is a replica of a piece of artwork, which does actually look really nice.
Did you
That
see
does
the
look
link?
really fucking nice, actually.
Yes, I sent you the link.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
One
Yeah,
time
Then-
I look at the
then-
one time I look at the group chat.
Yeah.
The one time I look at the group chat and you put in the. You're
Then-
Kato only did that just to fuck with you, you know?
Yeah.
No, I kind of had to.
Right.
Then we get to the biggest thing about this. We gain all 13 Final Fantasy games.
Fuck.
You gain
I was
a visual art
I
collection,
was expecting a huge ass poster with all the games
Yeah.
artwork on it.
a DVD of some sort, two
Yeah,
A
soundtracks,
DVD of some
a in-game code for Final Fantasy 14.
Shit.
Alright, and this is basically the way that they've set this out. You gain Final Fantasy 1 on a PS1 disc, Final Fantasy 2 on a PS1 disc, Final Fantasy 3 on the PSP, Final Fantasy 4 on the PS1, Final Fantasy 5 on the PS1, Final Fantasy 6 on the PS1, Final Fantasy 7 on 4 PS1 discs, Final Fantasy 8 on 4 PS1 discs, Final Fantasy 9 on 4 PS1 discs, Final Fantasy 10 on 1 PS2 disc, Final Fantasy 11 on a PS2 disc, Final Fantasy 12 on a PS2 disc, and Final Fantasy 13 on a PS3 disc.
And those Final Fantasy and the PS1 discs are obviously backwards compatible to the 2, isn't it?
Yeah, but they're not compatible with the 3.
That's stupid.
I know.
You fucking idiots.
Yeah,
You
most
fucking
people.
idiots.
For me, it should have
Who
basically...
the fuck has a PlayStation 1 anymore?
For
No,
me,
that's what I'm saying.
For me, they should have put Final Fantasy 1 and 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, well, probably all of them up to 10, Final Fantasy 1 to 9 on a PS3 disc.
They should have put all of them practically on a PS3 disc.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for this. Who the fuck has a... Yeah, like I said, who the hell actually owns a working PlayStation anymore? Okay, guys, you're assuming...
I mean, I do, but it's really old now, so...
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're getting old, and these consoles do not last forever. I mean, it's putting out new stuff like this. And personally, you wouldn't have to have like 4 fucking discs for Final Fantasy VII if you put it on a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
it's a waste of money.
Plus, a lot of these Final Fantasies are available on PSN.
Well, I can understand how this would be like for collectors and shit, but
what material did they make DVD discs out of?
I don't know.
I imagine that's got to be running out quite quickly.
No, I do know that it's not. I do know that it doesn't last forever, but I don't know what it actually is. I do know that discs eventually deteriorate. The data on the disc deteriorates over a set amount of time.
Oh, that was a lie from the commercials we saw. Indestructible, will last forever.
No, they
Future
don't.
technology, eye-popping graphics. Lie, no.
I just love the fact that they have actually included Final Fantasy XI on the PS2.
That game exists.
Who the hell got the PS2 version of Final Fantasy XI?
They should have skipped over and just, like, never talk of it again.
Yeah.
Although, never talk of it again is relevant to most of those games now.
Yeah, for me, this is Square. This is a good idea and it's very nice, but it's incredibly stupid.
It's not been implemented well.
Yeah.
I mean, now if it was all Blu-ray discs for a PlayStation 3, then I would actually look at buying this.
Yeah.
All right. Like no joke, this would be worth my time. Because if I'm going to spend the same amount of money, $450 US, that I could have spent, like I could probably buy a console for that. If I'm going to spend that amount of money on something, I want to be sure that it's fucking future-proofed.
Yeah, but think about this. Think about this. They've put Final Fantasy 3 on the PSP. That version, I don't even think is out yet. The PSP version of Final Fantasy 3 is still being worked on, and yet they have actually released Final Fantasy 1, 2, and I think 4 on the PSP as well.
Yeah. You see, you know what they should have done? They should have had this multi-disc collection for Namijig with the next Final Fantasy in it. And that was like the only way you could play the new Final Fantasy for like half a year or something.
Yeah.
That would have been a right screw you to most people. But they would have brought it.
Yeah.
You can abuse a Final Fantasy fan forever. Because they will keep coming.
Yep, those suckers.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway.
Yeah,
other than Square Enix being douchebags, what else have we got? It's true though.
Yeah.
If that's all the news, I've got some news I found out about.
Three little last bits. The Last Story was finally released in the US, and I hope everybody in the US is enjoying it. Because
I had it first.
Yeah.
Bitter much?
Yeah. Yeah. I think The Last Story is actually the best of the Rainfall trilogy.
Right.
And it's definitely what, for me, again, it sort of proves that forget Final Fantasy when it comes to JRPG leaders.
Okay.
Because Final Fantasy is a husk of what it used to be compared to all these other JRPGs.
Stop buying their crappy games.
Yeah.
They won't stop unless you stop buying their crappy games.
Yeah. Tales of Grace's F has finally been released in the UK, and I have been playing it.
Right.
With my day one edition.
I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah. Art book, soundtrack, making up videos, DLC with a theme and
Why are you
costumes.
so blatantly showing off?
Because I want to.
Does it look like I'm giving you any fucks, Kato?
I'm not directing it at you, I'm directing it at all the Americans out there.
I don't think they're giving any fucks either.
I know.
You really know how to
I'm just being
draw in the
evil.
audience.
I'm just being stupid. But yeah, I've been really enjoying
I
it.
hate Americans too.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the game, and yeah, hopefully this.
Yeah, and Australians too.
Yeah, hopefully this
everyone
really
else.
brings us on to Tales of Xillia, so...
Yeah.
Oh yes, something else. I almost forgot about this. Square Enix, do you really try anymore?
No.
We've bitched about them
What
enough.
did
It's time to bitch about them again. They've announced Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13.
What the hell is lightning?
Lightning's the main character from Final Fantasy
Oh, okay,
13.
I thought that was a game.
Joe, who the fuck is Lightning?
Yeah, exactly, really. This is basically
I thought it was a game.
this is basically Final Fantasy 13 free. Nobody cares about Final Fantasy 13, Square Enix. Give us verses.
Or a remake of 7.
Yes.
Well, I got the Crunchyroll page, and one of the videos is a freeze frame of the sky and a clock, and I'm just thinking of a caption. This is a clock. You get this when you pre-order the game. It actually works. However, you are unable to actually tell time with it somehow.
And it works in complete darkness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only works when it's completely dark.
Yeah, for me this is just a complete bonehead move on Square Enix part. The last good Final Fantasy game was a rhythm and music game for the 3DS. Kind of said something when your spin-offs are doing better than the main series.
Yeah. Imagine that, then doing like a Final Fantasy dance game. You know, like how they did that Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Like Joe talked about. Yeah.
Oh god, that would be awesome.
Imagine Sephiroth rocking some fucking like
He would
Zelda
rock
music or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now that I want to see now.
Sephiroth with a guitar. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Doesn't need a
like
guitar,
Square.
we'll just play that long ass sword of his.
Yeah. For me, this is just Square Enix. They don't care anymore.
Yeah.
All they think about is the numbers. But they haven't realised that nobody cares about 13.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Lightning. Nobody cares about that crap.
Like I said, they do care. They keep buying it. Stop buying it, Square Enix fans. Stop it. You're just encouraging them.
Yeah.
They need to fail. Every time Square Enix goes to bankruptcy, they claw back in a spectacular way. Do that again. Go
Yeah.
Mm.
Every time Square Enix has actually been in a pinch, they've somehow actually made something worthwhile.
They need some pressure, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
They work well under pressure, I guess.
'Cause I will say this: all the things people have been saying about Final Fantasy 14, it actually looks like they have seriously addressed it with the upcoming like re-release.
Mm.
Because they've really been putting a lot of effort into it because so many people bitched about it.
So how many Infinite Fantasies are they going to make?
Hmm.
1 million.
Yeah.
I wonder
Anyway.
what the last game will be. The Final Fantasy.
It literally will just be called the Final Fantasy.
Mm. Most likely.
That's what I
Unless it
call
does,
it.
Under subtext, unless it does well and we make another couple.
But yeah,
Anyway,
last bit of news. Miku Hatsune celebrated her 5th birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday to her.
Yes.
For singing this.
And remember that I said that, Vocaloid fanboys? I said Miku Hatsune, not Hatsune Miku. Fuck off with that
You.
problem.
I did it for you.
Yes.
They're really upset about which order you say her name.
Yes,
Yes, they are.
Wow. That's pretty lame.
I know. That's why I don't care and it really bugs me.
But you do care. You're addressing them.
I know! That's why I'm just trying to get it out of the way. So I can move on and say that I don't care.
Okay.
But yeah,
A bit emotional.
basically,
Seem to care about it
but
more
something
than
I should say is that at about 3 a.m. this morning,
Okay.
the website Miku Book did a
Is it Miku Bot? I thought, what?
Miku Book did a bingo contest, and you could like win prizes if you got a bingo. So I was up at 3 a.m. for that.
You actually wanted it?
Yeah, I wanted to enter.
You play bingo?
I just thought I'd do it for a laugh.
Oh. Bingo is such an old lady thing.
Shut up.
Old lady.
But basically, I was up at 3 a.m. for that. It started, and the site crashed.
Right. Too many people?
Yes, too many people.
Well, that's what happens. There should be like a temporary, website buff to how many people they can come in. They can like pay an extra $50 to enhance the amount of users that are on it at once. In like one day or something. There really needs to be like a service like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, that's the end of the news. So, you guys got anything to talk about?
I've got news anyway. I mean, you recall ages ago the SOPA opposition and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they said, beware, it will come again. Oh, it's come again. For what it's titled, the ACTA. And
another one.
There's always another
one.
one.
They basically said it looks identical wording to everything SOPA was doing, but they're being more quiet about it. I wonder why. The opposition last time didn't have anything to do with that, I'm sure. So I'll send you the link, and you can post it on the website about this news thing, because they talk about it a lot more than I do.
Look,
they will just keep doing it over and over again.
No, because you're not going to be able to stop us, guys. We're the fucking internet.
Oh, they're just keep doing it.
They'll keep trying, but they won't succeed. The more measures you put up to try and stop internet piracy, the more fucking elaborate it's going to be. And eventually we're going to be... It's just making us better pirates.
I can't believe you just said that.
Become a better pirate.
Well, that's what's going to happen, because eventually if they keep shutting down all this mega upload and all that stuff, then we're just going to make other sites that do it and then just find loopholes. That's the way the internet works.
Fortunately, once again, Google is being opposition, and Google is like one of the most significant websites or search engines. So if Google tells people, I'm sure that everyone will know about it at the very least.
Yeah.
Awareness is what we kind of need to get out there, so they don't try and backslap us. I mean,
I'm just glad. You know what? I'm just glad. Yeah. Sorry. You know what? I'm just glad I don't live in America, because I would have to protest this every single fucking year or something. And I'd be like, I'm so tired of protesting. I can't.
Well, what do you guys know about the whole Kim.com thing going on down here in New Zealand with him?
Nothing.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, I'll explain it to you. Right, Kim.com is the guy who owns Mega Upload, right?
Ah.
And essentially, when the site got taken down, that was when the US government ordered the New Zealand government to raid his house. Now, they raided his house with fucking machine guns, a helicopter, and fucking heavy-duty fucking armored tanks. I'm like, no!
Oh, that's
one
nothing.
fucking guy! It's one fucking guy who owns a computer and he's in a mansion, okay? He's rich, obviously. Like, he is, like, he's fucking loaded. And
that's the sort of overkill they always do. I mean, it's not as if the guy was arming terrorists here. It's not as if he was building tanks out of his backyard. He's like, got pirated material or something like that. I mean, how much resistance do you think this guy is going to do?
You know what makes it better? The warrant for his arrest was apparently bogus. Like, no joke. And now he's suing the New Zealand government for fucking raiding his house.
Boy.
And he's actually, it's serious, because if he gets extradited to the US, they'll just fucking hang him or something. So.
Oh yeah. The Americans.
That's stupid. Because it's the Americans' fault. Because the Americans came over to New Zealand. They're just like, hey, this guy's a fucking terrorist.
I know those weapons of mass destruction.
They didn't say
you got him.
They just said he was a fucking terrorist. So, fuck. I'm sorry. It's stupid, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you can't stop internet piracy. There is no way to stop internet piracy now. It is too huge.
any form of piracy is pretty much unstoppable. Like DVD copies, you're never going to stop it.
You can't stop it. There's
You're never going to
no way.
stop it.
You can't stop it now. It's just an inevitable thing.
Yeah.
And I can't see, just because the companies are losing like millions of dollars. Guys, you guys are making more money than you're losing. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the money to bitch about it,
Yeah, 'cause I
then
mean,
you obviously are doing pretty good.
yeah, 'cause I mean, obviously piracy
But what
is
they're
wrong,
failing on-
but it's still going to be around.
What
It's
they're
wrong.
failing most of all is convincing the public that it's wrong. Because they're going around like raiding people's homes with like military units and
Yeah.
enforcing rules that nobody gives a fuck about. If anything, the people are going to hate you for it, and they're going to be in favour of the pirates when they're not meant to be in favour of the
The pirates, yeah. I mean, sure, look, I fucking, copy a song every now and then, but it's not like I fucking... And I watch pirated anime, obviously. But, it's not like I fucking sell that shit,
Oh yeah.
Because that's the thing, I'm okay with you, like, copying a DVD or something to just watch with the family, or, like, watching something on a pirate website every now and then. I'm not okay with copying, like, 500 copies of fucking Happy Feet or something, and then selling them for $2.50 a DVD.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not okay
If they had
I'm
said,
not okay with that type of piracy.
if they
I'm
had
okay-
said, if it's illegal to sell pirated products, that's fine. That's an absolute law. They're making money off your product.
Yeah.
Fine. But just
focus
watching
on
it,
Don't
fuck that.
don't focus on the little people. You got to focus on the guys that are actually losing you money. Because really, one person, like, of course, there's more than one person, but like just having a whole bunch of people watching the thing for free, that isn't actually a bad thing because that's marketing for you. And at the end of the day, it's the people that are actually abusing the system and making money off it that are the guys that are making you lose money.
Mm.
But it also goes back down to what I said. If you guys have the money to fucking bitch enough to the US government to get them to send people to New Zealand to say, right, bring in the fucking military force, you obviously don't need the fucking money in the first place, do you?
It seems like the government has too much time on its hands. It's not
It
as if
does.
there's any crises like lack of medical care or overspending on military or anything like that, or corruption in politicians.
Or Libya
Yeah,
ripping guts out.
those problems, they don't matter. Piracy? Hell, we got to get rid of that.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of the fucking internet piracy. People are getting, like, killing themselves in Libya, but we gotta care about fucking piracy,
Oh, yeah.
Far out. I am actually really deeply sickened that no one has come in to help Libya. Like, till now, everyone's just kind of been like, right, we're observing what's happening. Well,
Yeah, that happens all the time. I just love it when politicians say,
it's
"Oh,
like...
I
no,
have
it's like...
I love how
the
weird
behaviour
this
of
conversation is
people."
going.
Yes.
Hmm?
Carter doesn't like things to go political. I don't.
Yeah, it's not that, it's just, sometimes this really does spark problems on YouTube.
Oh, that's the point, though. We have
That's
to
the
start...
point of the internet. to
You
speak
have
your
to start
mind.
discussing these things in order for people to actually give a shit.
And then YouTube takes the video down.
Of course, because YouTube is controlled by the fucking government.
YouTube's controlled by Google.
Which is controlled by the government. To an extent. There's corruption in Google, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there,
Oh, it's the top elites, really. It's not the government. It's the big ass rich people who control the government.
Mm.
That's the people.
yeah.
Government has no power whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the world's fucked. Deal with
You
it.
should stop the video before we get assassinated by them, Illuminati or
Oh no,
something.
they got to stop. Oh, they got to stop the pirates first, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look out, Luffy.
Yeah.
I think that's basically it for this podcast. We've got nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
What about saying our favourite animes?
No.
No, not this time. Like I said, I've got stuff to do. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got
so
meetings
yeah,
to do.
bit of a shorter podcast this month.
There's some soldiers at my door.
Oh shit, I gotta go get the shotgun.
Oh, you're allowed guns in your country? I gotta fight them off with machetes.
Just having a shitty
Well, for this month, this has been Carter 1989.
Sam was gunshots in the background.
This is Naruto Nose Tap, and I've got some police to take out.
Okay, this has been Halo. Bye.
I'm joking, by the way, guys. Calm the fuck down.
The September BlazeCast.
Yeah,
And
like you be that calm.
we'll hopefully see you next month.